Now we're going to talk about basic Figma software. Now you're thinking, okay, we're just going to design LMS website, but why do we need Figma? And can I skip this video? Yeah, definitely you can skip it. Let me first of all tell you why we need a Figma. We need a Figma to design our website UI. Mostly we can use Canva, definitely. We can use any other tools if you like to use, let's say Photoshop, anything you can use to design your website UI. But in our case, we're gonna use Figma. And we most use Figma to do brainstorming and to save the time during the development phase. So if we do everything in Figma, or if you use Canva, then it's okay, it's fine. You can use any of this software to design your website UI, so that when you gonna develop your website, that time you don't need to think about, okay, this section looks good or not, or let's say about the color, this color looks good or not. So these things, you don't need to face this type of issue during the development phase. That's why we need to make the plan, make the UI, everything inside of Figma. Then we can simply follow the Figma design when we are just developing it. And before development the design, we can see the preview what we are going to develop or how our website will be, and we can easily take people feedback using Figma. And also the interesting thing is, like, Figma for personal users is totally free, but when you're going to make a team or something else, then you need to pay for it. But as a personal users, it's totally free. Okay, let me show you the few steps that you need to follow here. First of all, you need to type in a browser mdazul.com/Figma, and then you need to create an account, and then you need to continue this video. Okay, so let's go to the browser, and as you can see, I type here mdazul.com/Figma, and let me tell you that this is an affiliate link, but they're not gonna charge for you extra for this if you join Figma with my affiliate link, so they're not gonna charge any extra. Yeah, and definitely for personal users, it's totally free. Okay, so now you need to click on here this get started button, or you can click on this get started button to start it. Okay, and now as you can see, you need to type your email and password, or you can continue with your Gmail account or Google account. Okay, so I already have an account, so I'm not going to create it. So what I can do, I can simply go to a browser, let's say figma.com. If you type figma.com, and as you can see, my account is already. So in here you can see the recent option and all of this wrap and all of this project here. So if you go to this top bar right side, then you get a two option. One is called design file, another is like Figma. So Figma is something like alternative of Miro. So if you guys know about Miro, then this is the same thing like Figma. Or if you don't know, then let me tell you just one line. Figma is something like mainly for the brainstorming, or let's say you are doing research in there, so you can use the Figma for that. But if you like to design things, then design file is best. So if you click on this design file, then you will get to see like this type of interface. Okay, and one interesting thing is, like, if you're using Figma, then if you need anything, you can search Figma community. If you search in Google Figma community, and if you go Figma community, then you can search here whatever you need. Let's say you like to get a Figma, let's say agency file you like to access, so simply search agency. Just simply search agency, then you will get to see multiple option, files and template. You can select here which you need. Let's say we need the free, so I select free, and here as you can see all of this creator in there. And with this agency, it's have a 9 plugins, almost 100 files there. So as you can see, this is mainly the files that submitted to the people, so you can use the same file to design your website more faster using this kit. So as you can see, it's have a 25 sections, I think, so you can easily use it. Also, if you go to this wireframe kit, so you can simply open it into your Figma and you can use their thing. So as you can see, let's have a pre-built section, header section, footer section, hero section, all of this like already pre-built. So if you like to use them, then you can use. Okay, let me give an example about that, how it's work. So I'm going to click on this open in Figma, and as you can see, it's showing my where I like to open. So I just select one of this, and now you can see this file in here. So this is the basic style, this is the component, and here is mainly the wireframe kit that we are looking for. So yeah, it just takes a little bit of time. It's depending on your internet. So as you can see, all of it there. So if you like to customize it, now we can do customize how you want. You can do everything. Okay, so to do that, I know you're totally new in here, so let me tell you more basic about that so that you can connect with that. Okay, so let's go back to our main file. Okay, so here if you look at the top, then you get to see all of this kind of tool. And if you see this left side, this is mainly called layers and assets. It's kind of like if you connect with like Photoshop, if you used before, the same layer is here, the same thing. And if you go to this right side, then it's have a name, like which is the people is right now in this file. You can see them. Also, you can share with this file with people. Let's say you have another team member and you like to share the design with them. So simply type an email and send it with them, or you can simply copy the link and share with the link. Then he can, when you just open the link, and he get to see the same design or same thing, whatever you do inside of this artboard. Okay, so this is like by default zoom in, zoom out. Here you can see some more details like duplicate, export. Also, if you like to change this file name, let's say I'm typing here testing, so you can simply do this thing. Okay, all right, so now let me introduce you some of this tool in here. So first of all, this is mainly the move tool, and this is the scale tool. Move tool is something, let's say I like to make something this. Why? So this is the move tool. Now I can move it anywhere of this. And scale is something like increase it. I select it and I can increase it like this way. But we can also increase it by select tool, like the move tool, like this way. If you go to this like right side in there, then you can see a lot of option in design and prototypes. In design, you can do this customization. Let's say this is the width and this is the height. Let's say I want with 300. And now it's a 300. And let's say also if you go to this, like this properties, if you just click in, this is mainly the link right now. That is 300 will be the width and 300 will be the height. That's why it's automatically doing right. So if I now unlink it, what happened? Now if I increase into the width into 320, as you can see, it's only increased the width, not the height. And one interesting thing is like if you see the left side, then every single time you're gonna get these few options. Okay, so let me introduce you a little bit so that you understand more better. This is the height and width, and this is mainly the corner radius. So corner radius, and this is the layer pass through, and this is the fill. That means you can change the color. Let's say whatever you want in here, you can do it. And if you just click on this color, then you get to see more settings. Let's say gradient. Then if you like to use an image, then you can do it from here. Also, you can change this into RGB or hex how you want. Also, if you like to reduce the opacity, then you can do it from here. Okay, this is total about fill. And then stroke is something like inside and outside. Let me make it, let's say 10. That is again. This is mainly called the stroke, and this is the effect. Right now, we don't really need anything. It's the drop shadow, layer blur, background blur. This thing is mainly coming from effect, and this is the export option. If you like to export it as a PNG, JPG, or PDF, then you can export it as it is. And if you just click on this minus button or minimize button, then it will minimize. Okay, so this is the thing about here. Okay, and now in left side you can see the layers. Okay, this is if you go to this frame, section, and slice, we mostly need this frame. And then if you go to this rectangular, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, and star, and then it's have a pen tool and pencil tool. It's have a text tool. Let's say whatever you like to write, then you can write it. Okay, and then it's have a plugin. This is the most important things that you mostly needed. So company is like mostly, you know, sometimes we need to reuse one thing. Let's say you have a 5-page website, right? You have a 5-page website, but you don't really need the header like every single time. You don't need to just make it, right? So what you can do, you can use one time as a header, you can use it as a component, and then you can use it each of this page. This is mainly called component. And the plugin is something like in a features, extra features. This is mainly the plugin, and this is the widget. Okay, so mostly we're gonna use plugins. Let's say we're gonna use FreeP plugins or Canva plugins or any other plugins we're gonna need. Then we're gonna use it in later. Then we're gonna see it. And this is like a hand tool. Like you can simply hand it. It's look like same, like move tool and hand tool look like same, but move tool is totally moving the elements, but hand tool kept the elements in the same place, and it is changing, you know, changing the viewer perspective. This is mainly called the hand tool, and this is a comment option. And this is, let's say if you hire somebody on your design, they can simply like, okay, I don't like it, so you can simply make the comment in there. Also you can make the mention to the people that how you want. So you can do this simply. Okay, so I hope guys you will now understand the basic about it. And now let me tell you most important thing about the frame. This is the frame right now, and this is the rectangular. So what is mainly the difference, and when we're gonna use this rectangular or frame? Frame all the time contain elements, and rectangular it's not contain elements. If you tap something, it's overlapping. Okay, let me tell you what I want. Let's say I type here hello azi. I type here hello azi. Let me increase the size of this from there. As you can see now, I increased to 72 pixel. I can make it medium, and now as you can see, this text hello azi is top of this rectangular too. But now if I'm going to duplicate it, what I can do, I can simply click mouse right button, and here you can see this duplicate option, copy, Control C. This is the shortcut also you get to see here, copy. And now I go to this frame. Inside the frame I click on there, and I just control V. Then as you can see, I get the same thing, right? But if you look at carefully, that frame contain elements, but a rectangular it's not contain elements. It's showing top of this, right? It's like a little bit topper if you see carefully. So this is the difference between this. It's also have an auto layout. Then we're gonna see in details when we're gonna design the website using Figma. That time we're gonna see the thing. But right now, just remember, frame it's contain elements, and rectangular don't contain elements. Okay, so I hope you guys understand. So let me delete it. And the same thing I tell you every single time, you get the same thing in here. If I select the rectangle, as you can see, we get the fill. When I click on this text, I get the text option in there, and the same thing will be there. Okay, as you can see, everything is same in there.